ninth generation 2025 Camry. The reveal is right around the corner. Guys, stay tuned to the channel. I will be debuting this vehicle for you November 14th, 10 p.m. Eastern time. I believe that's the exact same time I will also be showing you the new Crown Estate, Crown Wagon, Crown SUV, whatever Toyota decides to call it for our market. Could be Crown Signias or trademarks on that. But this video is all about the new Camry. And check this out, all-wheel drive hybrid. The Camry got all-wheel drive for the 8th generation, but it was only mated to the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter, around 200, a little over 200 horsepower. And it used a derivative, you could say, of the RAV4's all-wheel drive setup. But it wasn't really set up for that. It wasn't designed around that. They just kind of made it work out of the Toyota parts bin. Let's just read the press release and then we'll break down the image a little bit, because this is a first look at the back of the car. But Toyota Camry raises to new heights. Is it going to be lifted? Is the Camry going to be lifted? I hope no. I doubt it. I doubt it. There's probably a different meaning than that. They're saying that no compromises. Okay. Next generation Camry will make its debut. All right. Stay tuned for more. So that's it. So the no compromise here, what does that mean? Well, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can now get a hybrid system, which, by the way, the Camry, from my sources anyways, again, take it with a grain of salt. We'll know more in a week, right? With the official reveal is just around the corner. But my sources are saying the Camry is fully hybrid this go around. Camry, it can get around 50 miles per gallon in the hybrid trim with a 2.5 liter, but it's front wheel drive only in the current generation. And we've seen Toyota use this all-wheel drive hybrid by using an extra motor in the back in the new Corolla, the refresh Corolla, I should say. We've seen it in the Prius for a couple of generations now. We see it in all of their SUVs that share actually the same platform. And even the Corolla Cross, it's a little bit smaller than this, has a hybrid all-wheel drive. So the Camry is finally getting that electrified all-wheel drive love here, which is great to see. Now, what else is going on? Well, you have the new Beyond Zero logo. I actually have a high resolution image, so let me pull that up for you guys. Here's the Beyond Zero logo, and it's actually tied to the HEV lettering. So this is all just one badge. Now there's a little parking sensor on the back here. Let me know if you guys see something different with it. This just looks like a silver paint color. I don't know what this silver paint color is called off the top of my head, but we also have this black trunk lid bezel here on top of the rear taillights. And of course, this starts with the C for Camry, similar to how the Crown has Crown on the back. So Camry will be on the back. Now, look how squished these rear taillights are. I want to take a look at the current Camry for comparison. Well, here's the teaser that I brightened up for you guys. Was it a couple weeks ago? And we had a look at the front of the vehicle. We know that the logo is flat pressed on the hood. We have these interesting daytime running lights. They're really compact. And it looks like we have this very aggressive front lip spoiler, chin spoiler here that could be pointing to a TRD model, which we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But let's compare to the rear taillights in this small image compared to the taillights in the past. All right, pulling up an XSE all-wheel drive model. And look, the badging is in the same portion of the trunk lid. And what we see here is similar taillight design. Look how the trunk lid goes right through the middle of the taillights. It's almost like, if you see this bottom portion here, they've kind of taken that out, and it looks like it's more just this top portion of the taillights. Of course, it's more intricate than that, because you can see the taillight actually wraps and bends with this sheet metal crease here and here. Whereas the current Camry doesn't follow that sheet metal bend at all. Okay, it just kind of keeps going straight. So there's more depth to these taillights than we've ever seen on a Camry, which is pretty exciting. It also looks like these taillights are fully LED. And don't expect the dimensions necessarily to be that much different with this Camry. I'm expecting similar, actually the exact same wheelbase. I'm expecting similar length. This is going to be on the same K platform, and it's not going to be that much improved, I would say. Yeah, they'll improve rigidity. They'll improve maybe the quiet aspects of the Camry, even though it's a pretty quiet sedan as it is, but they're going to make improvements, especially with safety and handling on the structure underneath. So the panels on the outside, they will change in design as well. And we go back to this image here, it does not look that different with the silhouette compared to the current Camry. But let's talk about what's under the hood. The entry-level 2.5 liter naturally aspirated is probably out the window. The V6 is 99.9% sure out the window. The 2.4 turbo engine by itself, probably not going to be offered as a standalone engine option like it is in the Highlander, for example. So I think we're just going to have possibly 2 hybrid powertrains, but one is going to be the vast majority of them, if not all of them, because I'm still not 100% sure if they're going to have the hybrid max powertrain on the upper trim levels or even on the TRD. So that's something else. But I would expect around 220 horsepower. The current Camry hybrid has 208 horsepower, and it gets up to around 52 miles per gallon, I think, in the base trims. I think when I tested it, I was getting around the mid 40s, but that had larger wheels and sportier tires. So around mid 40s to low 50s is still probably where the Camry is going to be for fuel efficiency, but it should get a little bit of a power boost. Okay, right now it gets 208, but the RAV4 gets 219. We know that the Crown gets 236 horsepower. So we could see as much as 236 horsepower here, but I'm just kind of being conservative around RAV4 hybrid numbers. Torque, Toyota really doesn't publish torque numbers for their eCVT hybrids. 0 to 60 around 7 seconds. And it will have all-wheel drive as an option, but don't expect it to be standard. It could be standard, but I'm not expecting it to be. I think of it as what we see on the Prius as well as the Corolla that have all-wheel drive optional. Base price. Well, I have this up here? Yeah, base price right now is about $28,000, but since all of their powertrains now are going to be hybridized, Toyota actually might be able to lower the entry-level cost here despite inflation as well. But don't get your hopes up for that. And we won't have pricing initially, even with this reveal happening at the LA Auto Show in just a few days. So pricing they'll probably try to get it under $30,000. So no, I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. The TRD Camry right now, I believe, is in like the low 30s. Yeah, 33,485, which, I think it's a steal at that price point, the TRD Camry. It's an absolute steal. If you can get one with the V6, go for it. But this powertrain, if it does come, I think it's going to be expensive. We see this powertrain in a $60,000 to $70,000 RX 500 HF Sport Performance. We see this powertrain in the new Grand Highlander Hybrid Max, which is I think that it starts around the low 50s for this powertrain, tops around $60,000. We also see it in the Crown Hybrid Max with, the Platinum trim, and that's over $50,000 as well. So you might be able to get your hands on this powertrain in the Camry TRD for a bargain for around $40,000 would be my guess, but it's still going to be a lot more, $6,000 more expensive than the current TRD Camry. So it's a bit of a tricky situation. I don't think Toyota wants to sell a lot of them. But 340 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque is what we see in the Crown Hybrid Max. It has a 6-speed automatic that controls the gearing for the front wheels. And then there's an additional electric motor in the back that is a single gear. 0 to 60 around 5 seconds, maybe a little bit over. Should be able to easily get over 30 miles per gallon. I was getting 30 miles per gallon with this powertrain in the Crown. And it is, of course, all-wheel drive standard. So these are the 2 powertrains I would be expecting. And maybe we don't even get this announcement. But if it is coming, I don't necessarily know if we're going to see or hear about this powertrain at the reveal in LA. This one, of course, they're going to showcase, absolutely. So what about its competition? Well, I'm seeing a lot of the new Accord hybrids out there, and it is a good powertrain. It's very smooth, very luxurious, very quiet. I think that the new Camry's hybrid is an absolute no-brainer over the Accord Turbo with the CVT. I really don't enjoy that setup. The Altima with the CVTs don't really enjoy those setups too much either. Even though this one here is a bit of a hoot. The 2-liter variable compression turbos is a unique engine, and it's actually pretty well done there. But no, the Hyundai Sonata just got a refresh into your exterior, but the powertrains are about the same. You still have this range topping model, which is a good competitor to a potential TRD Camry with the Sonata inline. But their hybrid systems are pretty good as well. It is not going to be as zippy, I don't think, as the Camry hybrid, and might be a little bit more of a direct competitor to the Accord hybrid. But all those hybrids have their own unique character. I enjoy them all, but for all different reasons, right? Because this has a true automatic transmission, a 6-speed DCT, so it's a little bit more enthusiast-like, if I can say that. But this is the true enthusiast, hybrid setup with the Camry TRD, or that's what I'm calling it, if they even come out with it. And then you also have the Kia. The Kia K5 has no hybrid, similar to Nissan not offering any hybrids on the Altima. But the Kia K5 has some good powertrains as well. But with the Camry being standard hybrid, that's what I think, right? We don't have official confirmation until a week from now. But it's going to be hard to beat the new Camry. It's getting all new software. It's getting, better technology, better safety technology, better driving assistance technology, new styling. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with, and it is already the top dog. It's already the best-selling sedan in America. Toyota going to be, I would say, easily staying on top of the full-size, mid-size sedan market. It's kind of been blended since so many of the competitors have been dropping out of the full-size and mid-size market, so they're all just kind of getting lumped together. But yeah, Camry hybrid, let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be the only powertrain? Do you think we'll see a V6? Do you think we'll see naturally aspirated, non-electrified options? Do you think we'll see more turbocharged options? I want to see what you guys have to say down below. And yeah, I would be licking my chops for this powertrain. 50 miles per gallon, good power, good acceleration, and now you get all-wheel drive on your Camry hybrid. Wow. Yeah, Honda Accord, where's the all-wheel drive? They missed the opportunity there, in my opinion. Who else has all-wheel drive on this list? I think the new Sonata, I think it's all-wheel drive potentially. Not 100% sure. I know the Kia K5 offers all-wheel drive with the 1.6-liter turbo. Nissan offers all-wheel drive too, but you have to go for the less powerful engine, right? So Toyota, you can have your cake and eat it too. I think that's what they mean as we cycle back to the press release. Okay, no compromises. You can get all-wheel drive, you get efficiency, you get good performance for this segment. And it pretty much is an affordable, and also like Toyota really hasn't had to do a whole lot of engineering. They're just taking this stuff from the Toyota parts bin and making sure it's a good fit for the Camry. And by doing that, they've essentially just beat the rest of the sedan market. So maybe I'm calling victory a little too soon, but the Camry's already a winner by a long shot in terms of sales volume. So anyways, I can't wait to see you guys talk about it down below, and make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell icon. You don't want to miss my hands-on coverage. I get an hour one-on-one with this Camry, as well as I split that hour with the new Camry's upscale lifted wagon brother, the Crown SUV or Crown Signia or Crown, whatever they decide to call it. So thanks, guys. Catch you in the next one. Can't wait to see you in LA.